I like red licorice, and I just like regular food, you know, just cornbread, biscuits, and beans, and fried chicken, and, you know, just food.
I eat too much, too often.
When I get nervous, I eat, and when I'm depressed, I eat, and I just eat anytime.
Well, I don't like myself fat. I really, in fact, I could say I hate myself, and I feel really self-conscious around other people. I feel like everyone's watching me, and I feel like, you know, a fat person just isn't lovable.
My parents are overweight. It could have been from their example, but I think it's just because of myself. I just never controlled myself or my diet or anything.
I'm too fat because I eat too much.
Well, maybe I think food is security.
It kind of numbs me.
I don't date very much. I date a few times, but most of the guys are just friends. So it doesn't really matter anyway.
My sister came up to see me, and she's lost a lot of weight, and she's just, you know, wherever we went together, everybody was always, "She's your sister? Wow. You know, your sisters? I don't see how you can be sisters. You don't even look at all alike." And here she is, 95 pounds, you know.
Mm-hmm. So what were they telling you, Claudia?
Your big sister's a fat slob.
I'm always trying to blame my fat problem on my mother and my unhappy marriage. But now that I think about it, my marriage failed partly because of my fat problem. And there's no doubt about it, I love to eat.
Mama, where are all the donuts?
Well, sweetheart, they're all gone.
But there were lots of donuts.
We'll get some more, okay, honey?
Okay.
I'm not buttering toast for my roommates. That's all for me. I use diet bread, though. Trouble is, I eat a whole loaf. And that's skim milk, a quart of it.
Well, I get tired easily. Like, just walking up a flight of stairs just wears me out. And bending over and doing anything like that, I get really exhausted. And studying, I can't, you know, I get tired doing that, too. Hi.
Hi.
What's for dinner?
I don't know. Let's go to the Red Steer.
I just came back from there.
Then why do you want to go out to dinner?
Well, I was thinking I made a cake. Do you want to...
Ruth, how can you do this to yourself? And me, I'm going to be as fat as you are.
What's wrong with being fat? Lots of great people are fat. Besides, just one little piece of cake won't hurt. I haven't eaten anything all day.
My weight problem is sort of like an iceberg's. Most of it's at the bottom. I like to cook, and I like to eat what I cook, especially after I've exercised.
Corn waffles.
Shauna coming tonight?
She's on her diet again.
Oh, no. She never sticks to her diet.
Well, she'll probably eat with us.
Yeah, but she tries.
Oh, good, Shauna. Come and eat.
Well, I don't know if I should, you guys. I just haven't been honest with myself. Sure, I date a little and make believe I'm happy, but I don't have any really close friends. I dream about being thin someday, but how can just one little brownie make any difference?
No, I'd make fun of myself so that other people wouldn't get a chance to. And it seemed that no matter what I was doing or who I was with, I was eating. I ate, and I ate. I just kept putting it in. And I'd do everything that I could with hair and makeup and clothes to try and distract people from looking at my fat.
Heather cooks in an off-campus apartment for boys. Unfortunately, she eats the same food she fixes for them, and with her metabolism, she can't afford it.
What? That's your third bowl.
My second.
How come you eat so much?
I didn't eat anything. I haven't eaten all day.
What'd you do?
I studied. I gain weight every winter, and then I lose it in the summer, sort of like a yo-yo, up and down. One problem with me is I seem to get dates even when I'm fat, so I'm not really that motivated to get thin. I don't know why I eat all the time. I'm not really hungry. It's only 2.
Well, this is my problem. I'm not being realistic, I don't think. And right now I just don't have any incentive. This week I didn't lose anything. I didn't gain. I just stayed the same. And I just, I'm happy. Everything's going along fine. And I just don't have, right now I can't think of a reason to lose weight for myself. And I guess what I have to do is to want to lose it before I can lose it.
What reason did you initially start with?
I don't know.
You wouldn't have come looking us up.
Well, I want to lose weight. That's kind of an abstract, desire. But I don't really, really feel it, really deep down. And I don't know if I will be able to lose weight until I really do, get a really strong urge to do it.
Well, I can't very well fight it, because I've done the same thing.
I felt the same way she has, too. At times I've felt like, well, why do I have to lose weight? People look at me, but it doesn't really bother them, so why should it bother me? I have to have a motivation.
This is part of our commitment action approach to weight control. The girls meet weekly in therapy sessions where behavioral change is emphasized. Overweight people tend to be dishonest, inconsistent, and irresponsible. How often have we said or heard people say, I don't know why I can't lose weight. I hardly eat a thing. Or, I was nervous and upset. I just couldn't help myself. All kinds of alibis and excuses. Our sessions together tend to debunk these excuses and instead focus on behavioral consistency, control, and commitment with an emphasis on action. Okay, what are you going to try? You've heard a lot of people talking about it today. What are you going to try?
All right, well, I'm going to go on the quick weight loss diet. And, that's where you eat meat and water. And that's what I'll do all week.
I think you've been sitting around, Karen, waiting for something to happen to you that'll never happen. You've got to make it happen.
Yeah, losing weight's work. It's not easy. The only way you can do it, don't eat and get exercise. It just doesn't, I want to lose weight. It just won't come off that way.
Please, Lord.
You just can't lose weight by not doing anything. It's hard.
We had a turkey dinner for our family on Saturday, and then I went out to a movie, and I just forgot that whole day that I was on a diet. I just put it right out of my mind.
You can't do that.
I know.
Because what we're doing is an occupation, not just a hobby.
It is.
This is a whole way of life that we're building for ourselves. It's not just a whim.
I found myself rationalizing the last part of the week, thinking, well, I'll just have another little addition and another drink.
Group members help Judy improve the consistency between what she says she's going to do and what she actually does. If Judy wants to be thin, she has to engage in thin activities, such as eating less and exercising more. Sometimes she sees the problem as impossible to control. We try to help her refute this. This is what I talk about dishonesty, Karen. It's the kind of thing that Judy's talking about now, kidding herself. You can explain it, and then that somehow makes it okay, doesn't it, Judy?
Now that's the thing right there. See, if you can't be honest with yourself, then you can't be honest with us.
It's easy for the girls to pick out flaws in each other, but far more difficult to spot their own emotional hang-ups and do something positive about them. Well, she can if she's dishonest.
Well, we've been all running from something. We've been closing our eyes and stuffing our mouths. But for one reason or another, but the reasons don't really matter when it gets down to it. If you want to stop it, you have to change your behavior. You must stop eating and you must do something else.
No, I don't think it's hopeless. I know I can lose weight through this program. They're very realistic about what they're trying to do, and it makes you be responsible for your actions.
Sitting there and trying to understand why other people are eating too much throws light upon why I do.
It probably isn't a good excuse that I was sick all week, and I was in bed, and I went to the doctor, and when your throat feels awful, ice cream feels good on it. You know, it just felt so good to have something cold on my throat that I ate. I mean, I don't want... No.
So Dawn's been eating ice cream all winter, the result of another alibi. She could have used ice cubes, you know. We tried to help her see herself through the eyes of other group members, to realize her self-deceit.
I mean, I know I can't use this as an excuse on my life, but it made me feel better then. So...
How long do you want to use it as an excuse?
I don't know.
I'd bumped into you 2 or 3 times, you know, during the week, and we talked, and I got the impression you were really sticking with it, and it was obvious you were scarfing up everything in sight, you know. You won't gain 4 pounds by just taking a couple of, you know, extra things, and
You thought she was misrepresenting herself to you?
Yeah, I really did.
No, because when I talked to you, that was in the beginning of the week when I was. But the weekends, they just always are bad for me.
You know, Claudia, you're very much like the person that eats very sparingly at the table, but standing up and moving around, eats a lot.
Yeah.
Is that honest?
No.
Nobody cares about a balanced diet. What can a mother do?
Along with some personal successes, there were predictable setbacks. Karen Ruth's old habits don't die easily, and they don't fade away either. Judy goes through the cafeteria line with a glass of orange juice and a toothpick, but when no one is watching, she relapses into her pattern of self-deceit. Her group commitments need strengthening, and it's pretty much the same with Claudia. Her commitments must become permanent and stable if she's going to melt that iceberg. Dawn is still ambivalent about her goals. She doesn't know whether the struggle is worth it at this point or not. But she is thinking seriously about it. Karen has all the answers in the therapy sessions, but at home it's a different matter. Her problem, as with the others, is not only a weight adjustment, but primarily a personal adjustment. Her self-defeating behavior is evident. Making changes is painful for anyone, but especially for these overweight girls.
Are you going to come to the reunion? Yeah, I'd like to ask you to be, you know, in charge of the refreshments. Well, anything. Probably ice cream. Everybody likes it.
Heather is only partially aware of the obvious gap between her dreams and reality. Immaturity is observed in her constant struggle for comfort.
Yeah, I'm on a diet too. No, really.
Self-indulgence takes precedence over self-control.
I am too overweight. Look, I've heard about people like you. Yeah, the type that are always telling you that you're not fat. No, I'm going to count calories. Oh, today I've had about 600. About being sexy and stuff like that, it just scares me, and I don't want to have to go through that.
You don't want to be sexy.
I want to be kind of neuter, which is really big.
One of the major problems is the lack of dating activity. Most of the girls are not dating, and most of them don't want to, because of their poor self-image and discouraging experiences. Deliberate efforts are made to develop social skills through special assignments, with the goal of improved rapport with the opposite sex.
Everybody's going to have a reason to be unhappy to some extent. But you're taking these reasons and using them as a basis of staying up there.
I'm not worried that I won't get married because I know I will.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
and so that's not my hang-up.
But Dawn, your past history and Karen Ruth's past history indicates that you're both in ruts.
That's true.
And if you don't get out of those ruts, you're going to be in them just like Marty's saying when you're married, as well as you are
That's
now.
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of my rut right now.
But part of the rut is not facing up.
to reality and not being honest.
That's right. But I'm
And
trying
both-
to get
both
out
you-
of it.
But you get very angry when somebody tries to help get you out, don't you?
Yeah.
And so
But
it is,
yeah, I
it is
really want
painful.
to. And I really am trying.
I think you are, because you keep coming in spite of it being painful.
Yeah, I come every week.
The girls are all on their way. Some have lost more weight than others. The commitment action therapy approach has helped them become aware of the need for honesty and consistency. Commitment from day to day and commitment on a permanent basis have been stressed. Behavioral control through keeping records, making plans, and following through have been our focal points. In addition, the group offers concern, support, and warmth.
See, Carol, you've lost about 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about what you've been doing to get it off and keep it off?
And this is the thinnest I've been since I was 14. And I finally decided, I used to try and limit the things, you know, like I'd only eat a half a portion of, you know, apple pie with ice cream and cheese, you know, things like that. And I decided that I'm not the kind of person who has willpower. I have to completely eliminate the bad food. So, you know, I decided I'm an alcoholic where food is concerned, and that one bite is the start of a 3-day binge. So I just concentrate on proteins and fruits and vegetables.
You had several hang-ups. We've talked about the Noah's Ark hang-up where you were eating 2 of everything, remember?
Yeah.
Has that changed any?
A little. I can't say it's completely changed.
Shauna, you were a late starter, kind of resisted for a long time. What's been happening now that you're on your way?
Well, I think I realized a few things. I didn't, at the first of the group, I think that I kidded myself out of it, and I said that I wasn't really a part of it, and I wasn't really all that fat, you know, when really I am, and I knew that really deep inside because I was real self-conscious about it, but I just lied about it really to myself and decided that I really didn't need to lose weight. And I think now what's happened, I've just started to quit kidding myself and started understanding what I do when I lie to myself like that, and just sort of saying, okay, kid, this is like how you are, so just do something about it, and that's what I'm doing.
I'm really glad that I have lost weight, but I'm really glad for other things that to me are more important right now. And as far as the group goes, I'm really thankful that you proved to me that I was being those 3 things: inconsistent, dishonest, and irresponsible. And I guess that's what I really needed the most, and I've been really happy.
Reed, you know, one thing I've really noticed is that I'm sure that one of the things I was covering up with fat was my inability to react properly to people. I'd get myself in situations and I'd get all upset and tense, and so I would just go eat. And now that I've lost the 30 pounds and I'm back down to almost the same place, it's all come out in the open again. And now instead of eating again to cover it up, I'm going to learn to handle it this time.
I've lost 3 pounds in the last about 6 months.
The girls have lost a significant amount of weight. Some have reached their goal. The behavior patterns, however, will need to be modified further. But now, Judy is dating for the first time. Some of the reasons for her being overweight are melting along with the fat. Dawn is engaged to be married soon. Heather also is engaged. Claudia, she doesn't hide behind her size like she used to. Being feminine can be fun. Personality change is synonymous with behavioral change. Life is much more meaningful when we are in control of our behavior. Whether we are eating, playing, working, or just getting along with others, it helps to be in control. With an emphasis on commitment action encounters, we have watched our fat fighters struggle with some complex problems. Exercising, planning, changing, hurting, succeeding, and setbacks are all a part of the battle. The girls are getting to know themselves.